Yo, what's up people? Thanks for tuning back into my channel. I'm at Woburn Bike Park, my local bike park where I grew up riding bicycles with my latest Enduro bike. And if you've seen that bike, that's because things have happened in a bit of a different, more crazy order. Usually, I would build a new bike, show you all the parts, tune it, customize it, then go out and ride it and take it places. This bike, however, this Enduro bike, was built in a bit of a rush because I went to Red Bull Hardline less than a month ago, which is the world's gnarliest downhill race. I wanted to race it, the plan was to race it, I didn't race it because it is so unbelievably gnarly. And although that bike is absolutely epic, it's a fact, it's the truth, you need a downhill bike for that event. Then I went to an EWS, an Enduro World Series, where that bike was the ultimate bike for the job. I'm doing a bit of a bike check today because I've ridden that bike a lot and hopefully you've seen that, but I haven't actually talked you through it because it's a very, very new Enduro bike. New to Marin, new to me, it's got some cool parts on it. Look at this jump, can you please look at this jump? This step down, this line, the burn line. Now we've had rain, I'm optimistic that within the month I will be hitting this on the channel and it will certainly be on that bike. But this road gap, it's not even a road gap, but you could fit a motorway in that gap, is just shy of 50 feet long. If you case it, your bike snaps or you snap, which is horrendously big. I'm actually so nervous about this, but you guys deserve to see it. Now, this Enduro bike, what have I been riding? This is the Marin Alpine Trail 7. Marin do make an Alpine Trail 8, which is higher spec, but the same frame. But I like the colourway of that one, and the complete bike, the Alpine Trail 7, is available for just over £2,000. So I think for a really insanely cool Enduro bike, that's very competitive. That's an insanely good price for a bike. First things first, it's a 29er. I haven't ridden a 29er for over a year. All my bikes have been 650B. My Mount Vision that I took to loads of places this year is a 650B, so 27.5-inch bike. But this is a 29er, so it's the biggest wheels you can get on a mountain bike. What that means is it rolls extremely fast. It's so good for covering distance and a lot of ground, which is why the Enduro race, that was the money, that was the bike. But I used to believe, and a lot of people watching probably think this, that big wheels 29ers mean less kind of maneuverability, you're going to be more stable but less able to throw the bike around. Not true. Just ride one for a while and you'll get used to it and it's incredible. They're such cool bikes. So that is a 29er. The rear shock gives you 150mm of travel, but I've upgraded it to a Fox Float X2 rear shock. There she is. That's got black coating on the stanchion, which also is shared with the fork. So a lot of top Fox suspension comes with a Kashima coating, that sort of gold colour on the stanchions. This is black, which suits the whole bike. It's a bit more stealth, it's not so leery, I like it. I also went for a 170mm fork. I didn't have a 29er fork, and because this bike was built in such a rush for hardline, I needed maximum suspension. Went to Brink Bike Shop, they actually lent me this fork and it's still on my bike. I need to give it back really. That's a 170mm fork, which is very long for this bike, but for hardline was very necessary. I needed maximum travel. Maximum travel. So, what else can you see? The wheels, the 29er wheels, are Halo Vortex wheels. They're really, really sick. They're an asymmetric rim. What that means is the spokes, it's very difficult to show you, but the spoke nipples, the holes, aren't actually central on the rim. There's more rim this side than there is this side. What does that mean? Why have they done that? Well, a hub, a rear hub, obviously the spokes start at the hub and go to the rim, that's not actually central in the bike because you need to allow space for all the cassette, all the gears on one end. So the hub is offset, which means that where all the spokes start to form a triangle is also offset. If it met the middle of the rim, you'd get this like isosceles triangle, which is a bit skewed. They're not as strong as equilateral triangles. So moving the spoke holes over on the rim means you get a perfectly symmetrical triangle formed with the hub, the spokes and the rim. Triangles are really strong when built properly, so equilateral ones are stronger. Fact. Nice one, Halo. They are Halo Vortex wheels, and the hub, the rear super drive hub, sounds insane. It sounds like a hornet's nest has been disturbed by a hand grenade, but not enough to kill them all, just enough to like really upset them and make them make a lot of noise like that hub. Another fact. Like the cranks, they're Cane Creek E-Wings cranks. They are solid titanium. Apparently that's what noise titanium makes. That is an absolute black oval chainring. It's not even round. Look at that. That's 32 teeth. And the cranks are 170mm long. Why an oval chainring? If you don't know this, when you pedal a bike, you don't put consistent force through the pedals. You get power from about there to there and then nothing. You get what's called a dead spot. That means the back wheel's not spinning in a linear circular fashion. It's kind of going roof, 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 like a kind of upset dog. An oval chainring irons that out, is all linear, all smooth. It's better for climbing, you don't spin out as much. It's better for really long rides, you get more efficiency, your knees don't hate you after, you're probably going to have a longer lifespan out of your legs. That's why I'm doing it. And the chainring actually matches the bike and the cranks, unlike my San Quentin where it's larily obvious that it doesn't match whatsoever. Alright, brakes. These are the TRP G-Spec DH brakes, designed, tested, run and won on by Aaron Gwynn. They're unbelievably powerful. They're also quite scratched up, which is to be expected given that this bike has been built very quickly and then ridden. Like, even I've got a snapped spoke even on the back wheel there. So that's why it's actually quite cool that this bike has been so heavily ridden, and now I'm doing a bike check on it because I know what to talk about. I know what's sick about it. Like the brakes, I can't believe how powerful those brakes are. It took me to go to a race like an EWS to appreciate that. Also, the tyres are incredible. They are on the rear Maxxis Minion DHR2, 2.5 inches wide, and on the front a Maxxis Assegai 2.5 inches wide. That is a wide tyre, and because Halo make wide rim, you get more contact surface with the ground because you get a wider rubber. They are DH casing, which means they're heavy. They're heavier than the rest, but that's actually necessary when you're riding big gnarly rocks and routes. So what we've done quite a lot of stuff on the bike. All my components are gusset. This is the gusset S2 bar and stem. They're 35mm wide, so they look wider than a lot of bars, but I like the chunkiness. I think it looks strong. I think it looks cool. And I've cut those bars down to 760mm wide. Yeah, they're 760 wide. The stem's 40mm long, which is quite short for a proper mountain bike enduro stem, but works for me. I like a short front end. I think you actually do gain control by reducing the length of your stem. The saddle is also a gusset S2 saddle, which is the long, like all mountain one, more comfortable. And I've now discovered padded undershorts. They are game changing. Dropper post is PNW, but look at this lever. Oh, incredible. That is the PNW loam lever, and that's a new discovery for me. It's got a nice padded thumb cushion. Might look like a gimmick. You wait till you try one. You wait till you try one. They're really cool. Actually, I didn't even notice. My bike's covered in stickers because at the race, before you start, they put a sticker on your frame, forks, back end of your frame and both rims, because when you race an enduro race, you're not allowed to change parts. So they put these stickers on to show that that's the kit you started with. At the end of the race, they check if you've still got them. If you don't, you're disqualified because you've obviously been given a new back wheel along the way. I've rambled on a lot about this bike so far, but it's really cool. It's a large. Actually, I've done enough talking about this bike. It's sick. It's really cool. I'm going to take it riding again very soon. Hopefully on this line very soon. Look at this jump here. Appreciate the Woburn burn line. There's the landing. This is the one before that massive step down. There's the takeoff. Look at that jump. That's insane. Right, that's enough of the bike check. Thank you for watching it. I'm kind of stoked I've now cleared the air because a lot of people have been asking for a bit of a spec list of that bike, given that it just appeared on the channel. It's very, very cool. It's really cool. If I missed anything, ask me in the comments, but you're all legends. Thanks for watching. That's my bike. That is me bike, and I'm going to rip on it soon. And now you know what parts I'm running. Legends.